Keith Richards, one of the world's best lead guitarists and songwriters, holds a prestigious 4th place on the magazine Rolling Stone's list of 100 best guitarists in 2011.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rolling Stones.
He is a key member of the legendary band, the Rolling Stones, and received many awards and honors. Delve into the untold chapters of Keith Richards' life, a journey beyond the strings of his guitar, where each twist and turn reveals a side of him that defies expectation, even one that involves sniffing the ashes of a beloved. Richards' birthplace is Livingston Hospital in Dartford, Kent, England. Born to Doris Maud Lydia and Herbert William Richards on December 18, 1943, he is the couple's sole child. His father, Herbert, a resilient factory worker, bore the scars of wartime service, having been wounded during the Second World War. Augustus Theodore "Gus" Dupre, Richards' maternal grandfather, played a pivotal role in shaping Richards' passion for the guitar. A jazz enthusiast, Dupre toured Britain with his renowned big band, Gus Dupre and his Boys. Dupre even being credited as the person who gifted Richards his very first guitar, and how he got the guitar is also a very interesting story. Dupre didn't know that his grandson would become one of the most famous guitarists of all time. His grandfather playfully tempted the young Richards with a guitar perched on a high shelf, just out of the budding musician's reach. In a whimsical challenge, Dupre declared that the guitar would be Richards's if he could manage to retrieve it. Undeterred, the little enthusiast ingeniously devised various methods, such as piling books and cushions on a chair, to finally grasp the elusive instrument.
Well, when you can reach it, then you can try and play it. And he did this for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years, until one day I got smart and brought a chair up and took it down. Figured it out, right? And he showed me the first few notes of Malaguena. Da-da-da-da-da.
Once victorious, his grandfather proceeded to impart the basics of music, teaching Richards his inaugural tune, Malaguena.
I had that down in like 10 minutes. When he came back, I'm playing to him Malaguena, and he looked down at me, a fucking smile on his face.
Conversely, his father was critical of his son's musical passion, but he was rebellious and continued to do what he loved. What he did with his father is one of the Richards' wildest stories that we see later. The inception of the iconic band, the Rolling Stones, has deep roots, tracing back to Richards' early days at Wentworth Primary School, where he crossed paths with Mick Jagger. Their connection extended beyond the school grounds, as they were neighbors until 1954, when both the Richards and Jagger families underwent a relocation. Fate coincidentally brought Richards and Jagger together on a train platform as Jagger was en route to the London School of Economics classes. This chance encounter sparked a rekindling of their friendship, ultimately laying the foundation for creating the legendary band we all know today. However, beyond the positive influence of the band, Richards found himself entangled in a series of misadventures that not only landed him in trouble on numerous occasions, but also posed a significant threat to his own life. He possesses unique abilities. His capacity to endure sleep deprivation borders on the incredible. Richards proudly claimed that he remained awake for around 9 days, a feat undertaken to record Before They Make Me Run for the 1978 album Some Girls. Adrenaline is the most amazing thing we have, the famous guitarist claimed. 9 days without a wink, I fell asleep, standing up. Eventually, I was just putting another cassette back on the shelf, and I was feeling great, and I turned round and fell asleep. I fell against the edge of the speaker, woke up in a pool of blood, wondering, is that claret? From 1967 to 1979, Richards shared a romantic connection with the Italian-born actress Anita Pallenberg, and even after their romantic involvement ceased, they maintained an amicable relationship. During their time together, they welcomed a son named Marlon Leon Sundape in 1969, paying tribute to the legendary actor Marlon Brando. Later, in 1972, they celebrated the birth of their daughter, Angela. Tragically, their third child, a son named Tara Jojo Gunner, passed away at just over 2 months old due to sudden infant death syndrome on June 6, 1976. This heartbreaking loss garnered Richards significant criticism during a difficult time. He faced negative responses for taking the stage that night after learning of the tragic death, but he later revealed it was the only way he could cope with the overwhelming grief. Despite the passage of time, he acknowledged that the loss continued to haunt him. That's not the only tale that involved his children. Richards penned in his memoir, Life, reflecting on a 1976 incident where he dozed off behind the wheel with his 7-year-old son, Marlon, in the back seat, leading to his arrest after a collision. "I mean, nobody's perfect," the guitarist assured. However, the accidents are common for Richards. The renowned celebrity had a brush with death, leaving not only him, but the entire audience in a state of profound shock. In 1965, during the Last Time performance at the Memorial Auditorium in Sacramento, California, Richards' guitar accidentally made contact with his microphone stand. In an instant, a burst of flame erupted, and the renowned guitarist collapsed to the ground, unconscious, leaving his 5,000 fans in stunned silence. One of the fans recalled the incident as, "I literally saw Keith fly into the air backward. I thought he was dead. I was horrified. We all were." Many others also thought that he was shot. Richards experienced a shock from an electrical surge through the microphone, prompting him to be carried out with oxygen tubes and swiftly transported to the hospital. Remarkably, the thick soles of his suede hush puppy's shoes may have played a crucial role in halting the electrical charge, potentially saving his life. Astonishingly, he returned to the stage the very next night. In the 1970s, during a night spent at a Los Angeles residence with Lil Wergelis, whom Richards described in Life as incredibly funny, very witty, and a great lay, one room caught fire, and the only way out was jumping out of the window. Lil, so she said later, heard this distant bang and got up and opened the curtain a little, and it was strangely bright outside. Not right. She opened the bathroom door and fire exploded into the room, and we had a few seconds to jump out of the window, the musician stated. "I'm dressed in a short t-shirt only, and Lil is naked, and we're exposed. People are gathered, freaking out, trying to put the fire out, and this is a big story as soon as the press gets here. Thankfully, both emerged unharmed, and the fire's origin remained mysterious." The following day, as Richards surveyed the aftermath, he encountered a substantial sign planted in the charred grass that read, "Thanks a lot, Keith." As we said, accidents are common for Richards. In 2006, during a stay in Fiji, he encountered an unfortunate accident when he slipped from a branch of a dead tree, resulting in a head injury. Following the incident, he underwent cranial surgery at a hospital in New Zealand. The mishap caused a 6-week delay in the Rolling Stones' 2006 European tour, necessitating the rescheduling of several shows. The revised tour itinerary featured a concise statement from Richards, apologizing for what he humorously referred to as falling off my perch. He later expressed his gratitude to the surgeons in New Zealand who attended to him, jokingly noting, "I left half my brain there." Despite his enduring love for the guitar and a musical career spanning 6 decades, the top musician is also an ardent reader with a deep passion for history, boasting an extensive personal library. An article from April 2010 unveiled Richards' aspiration to be a librarian. The fame of the lead guitarist comes at the cost of a profound struggle with heavy addiction that led to many other problems. During their 1972 tour in America, Richards and fellow band member Bobby Keys inadvertently set a bathroom ablaze at the Chicago Playboy Mansion while engaging in drug use. Owing to his addiction struggles, Richards not only faced challenges in his relationship with his father, but with the police too. The music icon faced drug-related charges on 5 occasions, in 1967, twice in 1973, in 1977, and 1978. The initial trial, which resulted in his sole prison sentence, found Richards guilty of permitting cannabis smoking on his property, leading to a 1-year pin the slammer. He got lucky many times. In the opening pages of Life, Richards recounts an incident from 1975 when the police pulled over him, Ronnie Wood, and 2 companions during the Rolling Stones tour in the United States. The car was loaded with drugs, presenting a situation where they could have encountered significant legal repercussions. They were apprehended, but later secured their release through the leverage of favors and by partaking in photo opportunities with the presiding judge. Following the passing of Richard's father in 2002, the rocker candidly shared with NME that, when asked about the oddest substance he attempted to snort, he paid a unique tribute to his dad. "The strangest thing I've tried to snort? My father. I snorted my father. He was cremated and I couldn't resist grinding him up with a little bit of blow," he recalled. "My dad wouldn't have cared. He didn't give a s***. It went down pretty well, and I'm still alive."
The snorting of your father's ashes, which
True.
it is true. You did in fact do it.
I ingested my ancestor, yes.
After the story's publication, Richards clarified his statement, revealing that he had placed his father's ashes into a tree. Nevertheless, in 2015, the Rolling Stones singer reaffirmed the initial account, confirming that he had indeed snorted his father's ashes. "I had him in a box in England," he told GQ. "I bought this little oak sapling, my idea being that he was going to fertilize the tree, but when I pulled the top off of the box, wafts of dad landed on the table. And my dad knows I'd always liked my a snort here and there, so I just mime snorting off his finger and had a line of dad."